Today we've got the first look at the new iPhone 16 Pro Max color, a hands-on video of the non-Pro iPhone 16, and more confirmations on the specs and the upgrades, so hit subscribe now and we'll get right into it. So first up, before we get into the reveals, of course, the invites have gone out confirming that the iPhone 16 launch is going to be on the 9th of September at 10 AM PT at Apple Park, so it's now less than a week away. Now there's plenty of rumours going around that the iPhone SE4 is also going to be launched at the event due to running down the inventory of the SE3, but honestly I think these are simply just rumours at the moment and it won't happen. The iPhone SE4 would just compete with the non-Pro iPhone 16 and harm the sales, and most reliable leakers are saying that we're not going to see the SE4 until 2025. Now of course, the pre-orders for the iPhone 16 are expected on the following Friday, which is the 13th as usual, but there are a few rumours saying that it could be a day earlier, which would make it on the 12th. Now next up, we've got plenty of news about slimmer bezels on the iPhone 16, as well as larger displays for the Pro models, and although it's minor, it will still be noticeable when compared side by side with the previous version. Now Peng Store have tweeted this illustration here, and it gives you a good look at these new bezels, and it shows you the 0.4mm slimmer bezels will be noticeable. Now next up, we've got a hands-on video of the non-Pro iPhone 16 showcasing the phone and its new camera module in a vertical layout, and it was tweeted by Majin Bu on Twitter. Well, there's no explanation to go with it, it's either a dummy model or a 3D render, but nevertheless it gives us a good look at what we can expect from the smaller iPhone 16 in black. Now next up, we've got our first look at the iPhone 16 Pro color thanks to a Dubai retailer who posted a teaser a little bit early. Now the teaser was spotted by Mquan and shared on Twitter, and it shows a coffee cup which then zooms in to the iPhone 16 Pro camera module, and then the border reveals a brand new coffee color. Now we've known for some time that the new rose color was going to be a gold hue, but this suggests it's more of a brown tone unlike the 3D renders that I've created here. And thanks to Majin Bu, we've also got a hands-on video of this new color as well. Now he tweeted this video and it confirms that it is a dummy model of the iPhone 16 Pro in the new gold color. And after viewing this and the coffee teaser, I think we can be quite certain that it is going to be a darker shade like this. Now when it comes to the iPhone 16 Pro and the iPhone 16 Pro Max, there have also been more confirmations of a memory upgrade, and it confirms that both the Pro and the Pro Max are going to be getting 12GB of RAM, and then the non-Pro models are going to be getting an upgrade to 8GB. 8GB is required for Apple Intelligence, so we'd be pretty certain that any iPhone from this point, including the upcoming iPhone SE4, is going to be coming with 8GB of memory. But for those of you excited for the iPhone 16 though, we're now going to run through the full specs, design, and the expected pricing of each model in the range to help you guys decide which one is right for you. So hit subscribe now and we'll get right into it. So first up, we have the standard iPhone 16, and with the standard iPhone 16 we get a 6.1-inch OLED display, but unfortunately this is still going to be an LTPS display. The iPhone 16 is going to have a taller aspect ratio than last year, and it's going to be protected by Ceramic Shield 2. We get the new dynamic island, which covers up the 12-megapixel selfie camera and Face ID sensors, and then on the rear we've got a 48-megapixel primary camera and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide. It's powered by the A18 chipset, and it's coming with 8GB of RAM to support Apple Intelligence and up to 512GB of storage. It's also powered by a 3360 mAh battery with 30-watt fast charging, and it's going to come with advanced 5G, Bluetooth 5.4 and Wi-Fi 6E. Now it will of course ship with iOS 18 and is expected to launch from around $850 in September 2024. Now next up we've got the iPhone 16 Plus, and with the iPhone 16 Plus we get a 6.7-inch OLED display, and again unfortunately this is another LTPS display. It's got a taller aspect ratio than its predecessor and is protected by Ceramic Shield 2. We get the new dynamic island, which covers up the 12-megapixel selfie cameras and Face ID sensors, and then on the rear we've got a 48-megapixel primary camera and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide. It's powered by the A18 chipset, and it's coming with 8GB of RAM to support Apple Intelligence and up to 512GB of storage. It's powered by a 4420 mAh battery with 30-watt fast charging, and it comes with advanced 5G, Bluetooth 5.4 and Wi-Fi 6E. Now it of course ships with iOS 18 and is expected to launch from around $950 in September 24. Next up, we've got the iPhone 16 Pro. Now the iPhone 16 Pro has a 6.3-inch 120Hz LTPO OLED display. it's got a taller aspect ratio than its predecessor, and the Pro is protected by Ceramic Shield 3. We get the new dynamic island, which covers up the 12-megapixel selfie camera and Face ID sensors. Then on the rear, we get a 48-megapixel primary camera, a 48-megapixel ultra-wide camera, and then we've got a 12-megapixel tetraprism camera with 5x optical zoom. It's powered up by the A18 Pro chipset, and it comes with 12GB of RAM and up to 1TB of storage, and it's also coming with a 3450 mAh battery with 40W fast charging, and of course it comes with advanced 5G, Bluetooth 5.4 and Wi-Fi 7. It will of course ship with iOS 18, and it's expected to launch from around $1,100 in September 2024. Now finally, we save the best to last, the iPhone 16 Pro Max. With the iPhone 16 Pro Max, we get a 6.9-inch 120Hz LTPO OLED display. Again, like the other phones, it's got a taller aspect ratio than its predecessor, and it's protected by Ceramic Shield 3. We get the dynamic island, which covers up the 12-megapixel selfie cameras and Face ID sensors. Then on the rear, we've got a 48-megapixel primary camera, a 48-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 12-megapixel tetraprism camera with 5x optical zoom. It's powered up by the A18 Pro chipset. It comes with 12GB of RAM and up to 1TB of storage. It comes with a 4500 mAh battery, and reports state that we could see an upgrade to 40W fast charging. It comes with advanced 5G, Bluetooth 5.4 and Wi-Fi 7, and it will of course ship with iOS 18, and this one's expected to launch around $1,300 in September 24. But overall, the iPhone 16 series is looking like a great addition to the lineup, whether you're after the Pro models or the non-Pro. With better and brighter displays, upgraded chipsets and more improvements to the cameras, it's definitely going to be a popular device. And iOS 18 is going to of course bring plenty of new features, with focus being on Apple Intelligence, but at least some of the new features are hopefully going to be passed onto the older iPhones as well, providing the hardware can support it. Now, given its similarities to the predecessor though, I can't imagine anyone with an iPhone 15 is going to be rushing for an upgrade unless there's a specific AI feature that you need, but for anyone with an older iPhone or looking to get their first iPhone, then it's going to be a great choice. Now, launch is only a week away, but we're no doubt going to get more leaks as we approach it, and of course I'm going to be sharing it as soon as they come in, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing in the future.